love these foggy mornings on the lake. Oh, that's a fish. Pulled it out of the tree and got a fish. Oh, it came off. That was not a bad one. Took a minute to find a fish today, but I'm ready for a big fish. I'm really, really ready for a big fish. Right there, guys. Right there. Chris Brandt, the Beefshaman. We got this. Cheers. Thanks for watching. This is a fish. Well, switched. I tried several different things. I switched to a big old Rapala DT-16 and immediately caught 2 fish, or got 2 hookups. It's not the big one we're looking for, but it's a fish. Now, this is a 16 plus crank. I'm only fishing in like 8 feet of water right here. So I'll try out a little deeper as well. Just kind of fan from the bank out. When you're grinding on the rocks like this, that's where the fish are, but you got to check your line pretty regularly just to make sure you're not fraying. A lot of times you feel like it's stuck and then kind of pop over the rock. That's a lot of times when you get hit. Just grinding, 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 pop. Popped right over. Now I'll try it with the small crank. There we go. On the little crank. Actually thought I snagged there. Right. There we go. Next cast. Still pretty small, but that's okay. They're gonna get bigger. For you guys to know, I'm using the Rapala or Rapala UL-04. This one sinks, so I'm getting used to it. Just trying a little different bait. That was 2 casts, 2 fish. I'm not arguing. I'm just going back and forth between the big bait and the small bait now. Oh. Well, technically it's a fish. There we go. 3 bites like whack, whack, whack. There's something. Okay, these tiny ones, I'm ready for bigger ones. Yes, I know I'm using tiny baits, but I've been getting big fish on tiny baits all year. Doesn't count. All right, I got a beverage for you guys this morning. Lindemans Kriek. Now, Lindemans Kriek is a Belgian lambic. And what that means is it uses airborne yeast to brew the beer, ferment the beer, and they ferment it with cherries. Now, I have definitely had this before, and I absolutely love this beer. You crack it, and it immediately, the aromas of cherries are there. It's got that little bit of Belgian funk. This is an amazing beer. It's only like 4%, I believe. And this is a tiny bottle. You can get these at Trader Joe's. You can get them at a lot of the local bottle shops. But when you pour this, that's what you get. And that's with the brewed with the natural cherries and cherry juice, the airborne yeast, and the aroma is just intoxicating. Super delicious aroma. First time I had this was on tap at the Map Room, an amazing beer bar in Chicago. I don't know if it's still there. I hope it is. My brother introduced me to this. And you taste it. It's tart, a little bit sweet. Very cherry. Look at the color on that. Yum. I love this as a dessert beverage. It's not something you're going to want to drink pints and pints of, but it is really delicious. Cheers, guys. Thanks for continuing to watch and subscribe and sharing it with your friends. Really appreciate it. This is for you guys. Literally the next cast. Or the cast I just made moving the camera around. First one on a plastic. This is on the Reaper. Still similar size, that tiny clone size. Come on, big fish. Come on. Now there's some Belgian sours that are lambics. They're fermented naturally that I just can't stand. They remind me of green tomatoes when I eat them. But this one I really love. Dinkertown again. Oh, I got some. Yeah, apparently I got something. Kind of fighting like a catfish. No, it's a bass. No jump on that bass. And a little bit bigger. I was almost gonna leave. I was actually pulling it in to leave, to go someplace else. So I put on a bigger Ned rig. Try something different. At least it's something. I did much bigger Ned rig. The Game Changer color with the Elastec. Figured give them a different profile, stand-up bait. And I think that was the first cast with that. There we go. And the little crank again. First cast on this side of the lake. Get a little move, and the fish is bigger. Not substantially, but still a little bit bigger. That's nice. You know, I didn't always have a fish finder, and when I did, I started, you know, comparing, looking at things. We got an underwater camera, looked underwater and watched the fish. But one thing you start realizing is, generally speaking, if you're looking for structure and you're shore fishing or you don't have a fish finder, what you can do is, if there's rocks above on the shoreline here, it's generally as above, so below. So if the rocks are above the water line, there'll probably be some rocks below the water line as well. And most likely there's going to be some structure there, instead of just walking like random banks. There we go. Oh, came on. Okay, the fish are getting smaller and smaller. This is unacceptable. This is unacceptable. I don't know how I can catch a smaller bass than this. Forces of nature must balance. Something. All right. Back on the Reaper. Came off. First cast on the Reaper. Up against the rock wall by the dam. It's always interesting. You get to a new spot, you try something new, and like, blam, you get something. Like, yeah, I found it. Found the pattern. And sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. Oh, it broke off. No. Well, just broke off a big fish. Never saw it, but frayed line, I guess. There we go. Lost one on that big turd. Now, next cast, got one. Again, this is a much bigger Ned rig on the Z-Man Big TRD, which to me, and I think it is, the big turd. Well, guys, I got to come out, catch a bunch of fish that weren't the big ones I was looking for. But I still got to catch fish. Appreciate you guys watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, share it with a friend. Really appreciate all of you guys watching, all your support and seeing me out on the lakes and rivers and streams. Got some cool adventures to come. Cheers. Thanks for watching.